So yesterday I got a phone call. It says here that the dollars of the receipt hereof is acknowledged, grant, sell, and convey unto Cove City Church. And we have the building officially. Yep. The next question is, do you all want to see it? What's so crazy to me is I don't believe in what we just talked about, like astrology and signs and all that stuff, but I do believe in like the imagery of what happened. Because when you think about Good Friday, that we went in and we paid for the building in full on Good Friday. I went in today because they called last night and said, we have the deed in hand. And I asked her, I said, so does this mean like what happens with like all those back taxes? Because there was almost $60,000 worth of back taxes. And she said, literally, she said, the day that you paid was the day that I paid those back taxes. And you think about the Good Friday being paid in full and all those past back taxes being, for lack of a better word, forgiven. Do you see the imagery of what God is like trying to say maybe to us? Like His grace that is on this church and our lives, and the fact that we have the privilege of serving Him here. Like He has opened up a pathway for us to renovate a former strip club, now church building, where there was a lot of things that have happened in that building that were not godly. And we're going to, by God's grace and His goodness and His power still, we're going to renovate that building for His kingdom and His glory. And we're going to see people and lives changed. We're going to see people step into new life in that building. That was something. And I know some of you might be feeling overwhelmed. I know you might look at that and go, what in the world is going to happen? I know this, that while it's overwhelming, while there's a lot of brokenness that we see through there, just the building, the shape that it's in, we know that God is going to redeem that space so that lives can be changed, so that people can be introduced to Jesus, so that we can learn to follow Him and celebrate His presence in our life. I know that's going to happen in that building. And it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of teamwork. It's going to take a lot of camaraderie of our church. And so what I'm asking from you is this. We have to start with prayer. If we don't start with prayer, none of this will matter. We want to bathe it in prayer, and we want to start with prayer. The second thing is we want to ask you to give. If that's something that God has placed in your heart to, hey, I want to invest in the lives of building God's kingdom, invest in this project, just go to covecitychurch.org/give, and you can be a part of investing in the lives of people around the city of Cleveland. But most of all, start with prayer. Because if you don't start with prayer, if you don't pray for us, none of this really matters. And we believe in the power of prayer. And we also know this, one final thing. We know that God started this project and He'll bring it to completion. We know He will. And so we trust Him in that, and we trust and we can't wait to see what God will do in the coming months and years when we get to see lives changed in that space. Thanks so much for watching.